Hi everybody, this is Amy from Journals and More, created by Amy. Um, I actually was working with two kits this month for Pam from Silver and Sparkles. I'm on her design team. And this one actually is more, not really Halloween, it's more fall autumn type of a kit. And it's called Autumn Charm Digital Kit. It's actually over on Pam's Etsy shop, which is Silver and Sparkles, and I will link this kit below as well. And I just really like this kit a lot. And fun part is that I was sent a few items that I requested from Pam, and funny enough, they actually worked here. What I did for the closure is I wanted to keep it really simple because I used Tim Holtz orange fabric, which is all the mushrooms and things like that on this, and I also sewed it, and I have the little corner edges on it because I actually made this cover out of two yellow envelopes. Funny enough, I was kind of beating around like what am I going to make the cover out of it, I didn't want to make it really frilly or like busy or whatever. And so funny enough, my family had given me a bunch of envelopes that they didn't want anymore, and they happen to have two yellow ones in there of the same size, same color, and I went, that's it, that's what I'm going to use, because this time of year I really love all of the autumn colors, the reds, the yellows, the oranges and things like that. So the yellows seem to fit really well. And then I thought of Tim Holtz mushroom because it's got all the same color tone in it, and it was just really fun to use in this. So I just used this piece of rope, and I actually magnetized it. So it's really simple. It just magnetizes, and you can take it off and on so easily. So on the front, I actually made a pocket out of a paper towel roll with a embosser, and then I stamped it with some words and letters and stuff like that to kind of give it some texture or whatever. And I had this leaf sitting around for quite some time that I didn't know what to do with, and it's been sitting on my desk forever. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to add that in. And then I added one of her stamps. This kit was really pretty. I've been using this kit nonstop for various things. I think I've printed it twice now. And I just put a little bit of decoration on over here. This butterfly was I'm not sure if this is part of her kit or not. I really can't remember, but it's just so pretty, and the colors are just so like vibrant and autumn looking to me. So I just used a little little tag, which is from Jay at Lovely's Crafting Cottage or Lodge. I'm sorry, it's actually Lovely's Crafting Lodge. And so I do get a lot of my paper from her, and also from another place. And so I actually just tucked that in here. I made another little pocket, and this I believe was from like a master board, and it was so grungy, and it just looks so good on here. So I stamped it a little bit, and then I grunged it up a little bit, and then I added two of the Tim Holtz little nail heads. They're like a little nail let's see, can you see that little nail? Yeah, I put one on each side, and I just put that on there. And this is a vintage ticket. I actually stamped it October, so that's a vintage ticket, and this is part of the kit. So I just tucked that in there. Look at these. These are so pretty. And then I just stamped. I sewed them and backed them, and added a little charm, a little piece of ribbon, which this was Pam's ribbon. Pam has some beautiful stuff on her Etsy shop. This is actually one of her ribbons, and it's just such a lovely color. So I wanted to add that on here. But this is my favorite. And so I love owls, and I had to put this little guy on here. He is so nice. I love this so much, and it just adds like a little bit of shimmer. And I'm not a glitter girl, but it's just got enough of a like a texture, and it gives it a little bit of dimension. So I really liked it, and I sewed it and backed it. But it's just so pretty. And then on the inside, I what I did with the envelopes, I actually collaged the whole inside cover after I put them together. And also then, you know, as I said, I added the fabric on the outside with the corner edges, but on the inside, I only left one of the envelopes open for a pocket. And I actually, again, I did a collage on it, and then I stamped it and stenciled it, and I did a bunch of different stuff to the collage. And then I sewed it as well. And then I only put one tag in here. I used a guest check. So the guest check, I kind of, I sewed a little bit, and I also, it was coffee dyed. And so I just added a couple little, you know, stamps, October, September, and, you know, the fussy cut, and then the little cute button. Just added that just for fun on the front, or in the front pocket, because that's the only pocket I left open, as I said. So this is the kit. So it is called Autumn Charm Digital Kit, and it is pretty. It's so pretty. It is probably one of my favorites. I backed actually some of the kit with, I double printed it on double-sided. I did add a little piece of Italian paper in here. So this is Italian paper with sunflowers on it. And then I just put a little pocket on with a quarter wrapper. So I used the quarter wrapper on the back, and the quarter wrapper is actually embossed as well. And here's one of the fussy cuts, and here's a tag, and I backed it, but I stenciled this as well. Okay, and then what I did was a lot of the stamps I used as tabs on the pages. I did that throughout the whole journal. So on the edge of this whole journal, the tabs were used. The stamps were used as tabs. It just looks so pretty to me, because I didn't want to put lace or anything like that on it. I did add some of my own papers in here as well, some dyed papers. I'm not sure if this is Crafty Christy, I'm not sure, or if it's Jay from Lovely, so I'm not sure. But then I added some of the dyed papers as tabs too, and I stamped them, sewed some of the pages, and then this is from Lovely. Lovely's Crafty Lodge. Jay did that. And so what I did is I just put a little bit of stamping on it and some fabric for a tag, and then I used this as a pocket, and I sewed it and glued it on. This is from an actual vintage garden book. So I thought, like, how I just love how the flowers look in this journal. It just looks so pretty to me. It's just so nice, you know. Fall doesn't have to be drab. It should be vibrant and pretty. And again, just some dyed paper, and I stenciled and stamped and added the stamps on the edges. Oh, look at the truck. I love a good truck. So this was a fun one. But look at the stamp. It has beautiful dresses on it. And then, wow, could you not sit here and just relax? I mean, you can either sit with somebody or just sit here and read a book. I just want to be right there. And again, dyed paper, and I put a little snippet there. And oh, so this is a belly band. And so what I did was I took one of the tags, and look at how pretty that tag is. And I just backed it with coffee dye, and I used a tag. And then this is a belly band that I had made out of a lot of the cutouts. And also I put a little bit of lace on there, and just, you know, made a collage of a belly band on here, and I sewed it and whatever else. And it just looks so pretty on that orange paper. This actually is another tag. So pretty, so soft. Just nothing major done to it. I just backed it, sewed it, and put a little lace on the top. And this is just dyed book page, and then another tab. Oh, this one, I'm not overly happy with this. Not because of the kit. The kit is gorgeous. It's because of me. I actually was overthinking it, and I really overthought it. Because I would have never had probably put this like this. But I had to correct my mistake somehow. So, which I should have done this before I put it in here and glued it down. But it's okay. It worked. It works. It's just, you know, that's what we do, right? We figure out how to fix things. So you just pull this up because it's Velcroed, and it opens up into a writing space. And then I put an extra tag on the inside, just backed it and sewed it. And then I stamped, you know, the October on here, and I did stencil this with this ledger. So there's vintage ledger in here. And again, like I said, I should have like thought this out a little bit, because I would have never had put extra Velcro on this, but it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. I have to let it go. It still bothers me, but I'm gonna have to let it go. And again, it is simply just pulls up. So I mean, it ended up working. It's workable. It's writable. So I'm not gonna beat myself up about it anymore. Vintage ledger, coffee dye paper. Oh, this is so pretty. I just could sit here and just relax and read a book. My favorite thing to do. And then again, dyed paper, and I stenciled it a little bit to give it a little dimension. Some beautiful wording. It's just so pretty. And I put a little on this tab, I put a little dangle, just a little bead, just for some added decoration. And then again, I used some vintage garden book, and here's a tag, and I used a vintage forgive me, you know what it is. I'll think of it. Ticket. And sorry, I have been very busy today, and I'm trying to get all of this in, and I apologize. I'm fumbling my words, and I don't have anybody here to phone a friend. So that is a ticket. And but the vintage, again, the vintage garden book in the yellow looks just so pretty to me. And here's one of her pockets. She had great pockets in this kit. The pockets were designed so well, and all I had to do was cut them out, score the edges, and she gave a little bit of extra. You could fit a ton in these pockets because they have the folded backs, and it gives it space to fit more. I could have fit so much more in here. So I just made a little fun notepad from scraps, and then another tag and book page that I stenciled. And I always make sure I try to read the book pages before I let anybody see them. So if I miss anything and there is something that's not appropriate on there, I'm so sorry in advance. Please place a sticker over it. That's all I'm going to say about it. Please place a sticker over it. That's what I would do, because that's happened to me, and I don't get upset about it. I just put a sticker over it. I mean, I don't want curse words in here, obviously, but you know, sometimes you miss them when you, as hard as you try. Oh, I am a sunflower girl, so this is my favorite. I love this page a lot. That's actually why I made it the interior page, because you open it up and it's right there. I also added a paper clip in here, an owl clip. So this is what's called an owl clip. And let's see if you see it up close. All right, there's an owl clip. And they call it an owl clip because these look like eyes when it's off of the page. So I just put that in there to hold a piece of ledger on. That's the only reason that's in there. But it's actually really cute, and I love owls too. So you can take that off and you know, write on it or whatever else. And then again, a little cutout. And I stenciled. I had this paper and I thought it was really cute. And then I stenciled it. Raccoon. Had to put that in there. Again, coffee page, tab stamps. Oh, this I actually was given sent to me as a free gift, and they're little die cuts. And so I don't know, I just had to put him in here because of the acorn. It seemed appropriate. And they are right now running around storing up acorns. I see them every day of my life. I have black squirrels, I have brown squirrels, I have gray squirrels, I have all kinds of squirrels. And so this makes sense in the autumn. They run around and they store nuts. Again, simple, beautiful. This is so cute. Look at this house. It is just so pretty. I love this kit. And Pam, I know you're going to watch this, and I'm telling you, I love this kit. I love the colors. I love how soft it is. I love how you can just use the pages over and over. I did already print this kit twice. I also made some extra items and sold them. So, I mean, they're just, this kit was great. Again, book page, belly band. I used a little bit of ribbon and some, you know, some metal, and I put a little button on here. This little button was fun. And tag, simple tag. It's a belly band, a little tiny one. And look at this tea kettle. I mean, I mean, look at, there's a scarecrow behind here. There's all kinds of fun items on this. And look, the bench, the bike with the pumpkins in it, the corn. It's just, it's a really, Pam really pays attention to detail a lot. And I've noticed that in a lot of her kits now. Pretty, so pretty. And, oh, I ended up using Boo Boo tape, which was gifted to me. And I want to learn actually how to make this. So I'm probably going to learn how to make this soon. But look at how pretty that looks, even though the paper ripped a little bit on me. Like, how cute is that? And I only had one piece, and I was so sad because I wanted to put it over here, so I used washi over here instead. But that's how we fix things, right? We use Boo Boo tape and washi, so it worked out okay. Again, ledger, stamped it, put October, some fall leaves. Oh, and then again, tag, backed it. I didn't sew this one this time. Just wanted it plain, so because it was large and it just looked okay. Some fabric, and then again I put another owl paper clip in there, and just put extra writing paper in there. Here's a vintage tag actually I found in Tennessee when I went to the 127 yard sale. I know Pam has talked about that a lot on her channel, and I too went to the 127 yard sale and ended up getting a wonderful amount of things. And these tags were actually from a really old company, and they are vintage. And I ended up getting probably about 300 of them for like $1, I think, or something like that. And they're very sturdy, but they're a lot of fun, and I use them as much as I can. And then I just, I used one of the fussy cuts and kept it very simple. And then again, here was a fussy cut, wording. I love the wording. I stitched this page. Let's see. Oh, you can see a piece of the truck there. Another, I used a book page for a pocket. Oh, I love this pumpkin. I had to use it, so I put that here. And again, look at this beautiful tag. Very pretty tag. And vintage garden. Oh my gosh. Come on, right? Let's see. Oh, look at how lovely. Such lovely flowers. And then out of paper. Again, this is from Jay at Lovely's Crafty Lodge. And look at the fussy cut. I'm not a fussy cut girl, but I like Pam's fussy cuts a lot of times, so I do cut a lot of them out. Oh, this is actually a really cool camping bus. I like that one a lot. And again, the other piece of Italian page, and of course I had to put it next to this big pot of sunflowers. And yes, I reused this page because I love it so much. So I have it in here twice, and I don't normally do that, but I couldn't help myself. And look at these pumpkins. I love the color of these pumpkins. This was just from an old vintage book I had, and she seemed to fit in here pretty nicely. So and what I did on this, because I didn't want to cover up the collage, so I put a clear pocket on here that self sticks. But it seems so appropriate for this because I did not want to cover up the collage and all the beauty on this page, so I left it clear. And plus, I didn't want to cover her up. She's just really, really pretty to me. And I thought she actually looks like a garden, pumpkin garden to me. I don't know why, but she does. And on the back, I just used one of Pam's fussy cuts with the leaves. Actually, I believe this was a pocket, and I cut it down smaller. That's what I think happened. It was a pocket I cut down smaller. And again, I put some words, and here's a fussy cut here. Look at the little birdie. Birds are my favorite. I love nature. So this is, again, I end up loving a lot of Pam's kits. And even when I was not on her design team, I used to purchase her kits as well. And then on the spine, I just put a very, very simple piece of lace just for a little bit of pizzazz, nothing major. I didn't want a lot of foo-foo on this. And again, I just used a little bit of jute, and that's it. I believe that's it. So pretty kit. Again, I used Tim Holtz fabric, Pam at Silver and Sparkles digital kit, Autumn Charm, and this can be found in her Etsy shop, which I will link in the description. And some of the papers were from Jay's Lovely Crafting Lodge, which I'll link that in the description as well. and even maybe Christy, crafted by Christy, that might even be some of her paper in and out. I'm not positive about that, but I'll still link it anyway. Again, because she has gorgeous paper, so I don't mind linking it. I mean, absolutely link it. And I think that's it. And then again, this goes back on. And what I did is I tucked it kind of like back here, so I didn't cover up the owl, because as I said, I really love the owl. The owl is a favorite of mine. And then I just magnetized it. Very easy peasy, simple. And we have a lovely fall journal, autumn journal. Well, I appreciate you watching. And Pam, the kit is beautiful. And I hope y'all have a good day. Bye.